everybody. Good morning and good summer. Gracious sakes, we're in the middle of sunshine, and you'll never guess where we are. In the middle of the Kings Mountain Farmers Market. And I've got four people here who have been intricately involved with this process to be able to bring what we have in Shelby over here in Kings Mountain, because we've got great farmers over here too. First of all, let me introduce you to Tamara Moody. And Tamara, can you explain what your role is and maybe how some of all this happened?
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you so much for coming out to the Kings Mountain Farmers Market. This started probably back in 2022. As the chair of the Davidson Association, I saw a need that Kings Mountain didn't have a farmers market, and I wanted to do something about that. So I went to Greg and had conversation with him. We started up a partnership with the Davidson Association and the Extension Office, and now we have a farmers market that is an extension of the Foothills Farmers Market. So yeah, we're a smaller market, but we are a good quality of market, and basically we're still in the startup phase of the market. We've only been, this is our third season.
Oh,
Only
okay.
the third
Oh,
season,
right.
So we've done exceedingly well. Uh,
Now, you mentioned the Davidson. What is that?
Davidson Association is a nonprofit organization right here in Kings Mountain, and the goal with the association, they have three pillars called healthy, wealthy, and wise in the community, and so they go out and help folks with academics, health, and wealth building. So my position is chair of the health committee.
So then the farmers market stemmed from that.
Yes, it does.
All right, well, let me move on. Susan, and I'm sorry I don't know your last name.
Susan Vasquez.
Vasquez. Thank you. And you are one of the vendors here?
No, yes, I'm a vendor, but also a board member.
Yes.
Which is how I met Tamara. She came and asked the board for volunteers, and I volunteered to help her.
Okay.
Not knowing it would be a years-long project, but it's a great project.
Well,
Great project.
yes. And I believe I've seen you a lot at the Shelby Farmers Market.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
early birds get the worms and the breads and all the most pretty vegetables. So that's a word to the wise, viewers. All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And right here we have Robbie Henderson.
Yes, ma'am.
And Robbie Henderson raises cattle, hogs, and you have eggs for sale. Do you also sell chickens?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just eggs. All right. And now, tell us what your intent was with all of this.
Well, just the fact that there was a need that wasn't being met for the community. And Tamara, I met with her first time I ever met, and we talked about it, and I said, well, let's do it. And so here we are 3 years later, and we have a piece of property now. So
And was this donated or did you purchase it?
the commissioners purchased the property for us. We bought the property, or the commissioners bought the property from David and Marie Brinkley, which gave us a really sweet deal in order to make this happen. So shout out to the commissioners and to David and Marie Brinkley for.
Well, and I believe we have a commissioner here, so we'll get Johnny Hutchins in on one of these segments.
Sounds good.
All right, great. Thank you, Robbie. And last but not least, we have Greg Trawick. Greg is the director of the Department of the Cooperative Extension. And Greg, what can you tell us a little bit what's involved with your department?
Well, we serve several audiences, one of which is the broader community through our Family Consumer Sciences program. We're concerned about people's access to local food, their health and well-being. We also want to make sure that our farmers are profitable. one way to do that is to provide a market like this so that everybody benefits from our local food supply. So it was the right thing to do from our standpoint as well.
Well, I'm sure. What about any grants that have helped to do this?
Well, we really haven't had that many grants. It's been a lot of community support so far, but we have our eyes open. Future plans, it takes a market about 5 to 7 years to become established, and we envision a pavilion out here on this property similar to the one that's in Shelby, and we're going to have to find some grant funds to make that happen.
Well, that's to what I was referring, because I had heard or read somewhere that there will be a covering for this area.
Yes.
But there's no grant money yet for that.
No substantial grant money yet, just small grants that have helped us with start up all these nice tents that we have and staff and that sort of thing. So, I've got my eye peeled on several possible grant sources for the pavilion.
Well, I'm sure you do, and you're a whiz at writing grants. So you all are so lucky to have him in your back pocket.
Yes, we are.
And speaking of tents, we'll get to that in the next section, Robbie. Okay, well, stand by. We're going to continue this conversation, and then we're going to move through the farmers market area.
Someone once said that without music, life would be a mistake. And that's here on Face the Music. Hi, I'm Summer Castle-Keever, and I'd love for you to join me each month on our new program, Face the Music, which airs on C19 TV and C19.TV. Each month we'll highlight the talents, personalities, and stories behind some of the area's most gifted singers, songwriters, and musicians. It's going to be a lot of fun, so join me each month for a new edition of Face the Music right here on C19.
Here in Cleveland County, many children struggle to develop due to the lack of guidance and shortage of positive role models. At the Boys and Girls Club, we make it our team's mission to aid your child in becoming a better student and, more importantly, a better person with a brighter future.
When your child comes to the club, you can be assured they are being guided in a manner that is beneficial to the growth as an adult that is visible in their lives. Please consider giving your child the opportunity to be the absolute best they can possibly be.
Please support your local Boys and Girls Club today.
Well, we're back here at the Kings Mountain Farmers Market, and who do we have here but two county commissioners? We're lucky today. And Johnny started to tell this, and let me introduce Johnny Hutchin and Doug Bridges, both both tenured county commissioners, so they know what they're doing and they know what strings to pull. Is that right, Johnny?
Well, I guess so, because we were very fortunate. We started several years ago talking to the group about a farmers market here, and we committed an annual amount to them, and that's when they headed up the other place. And then we were fortunate that they found this place here. We bought the place for it. We gave them the land, and they've got some big plans for this place right here, and we partnered with them.
Well, and according to Greg Trewick, there's going to be a pavilion here, just like there is in Shelby.
Yes, that's what I say. They've got big plans, and it'll go. I mean, they're dedicated.
Sure it will.
Yeah, and Doug's been a great supporter too.
And Doug, you were describing to me that you'd already been to Shelby and you're down here. So do you want to go through that? In other words, it's doable, people, to do both farmers market. And you'll probably find different things at each market.
Oh yes, I went to the Shelby Farmers Market, walked through, great crowd there today. Picked up some squash and cucumbers from Thomas Lewis, and walked through, spoke to a lot of people, and then I came over here to get me some heirloom tomatoes from over here. But the commissioners, the current commissioners, are great supporters of agriculture in Cleveland County, and you know, people don't realize the roots agriculture has in our county. My grandfather was a sharecropper in Bellwood over 100 years ago, and we just have great roots, agriculture in Cleveland County, and we need to support our local farmers, our local vendors, and keep a lot of our money in Cleveland County.
Well, I was going to say, farming is such a big industry and a big money producer here in the county. So for you all to take an active role in supporting farmers is just a wonderful thing to do. Any comments?
No, I just agree with you 100%. You know, without farmers, we wouldn't eat. And, you know, the economy is not the greatest it's ever been, but we're building it back up. We have generational poverty in Cleveland County, and we have some food insecurity in Cleveland County. And the farmers market's a great way to take care of some of those things. And there's some great programs at both farmers market where people can come in, and even the children, they'll give them tokens and let them pick up some produce. Yeah. And you know, that way we're supporting the farmers, the local business, and just hopefully we'll make Cleveland County a better place to live.
And even reducing the carbon footprint.
Yeah.
Because you're not driving around, you're coming straight to the farmer's market and getting just about everything you need. There's food here that you can eat, and there are all these wonderful products that we see.
Strawberries and peaches coming in season now, and muscadines a little later. And
Muscadines, thank you for that, Doug.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of great things going on in Cleveland County, and we appreciate all the support, and we certainly want to give back to the community.
Oh, great. Any final words, Johnny?
Well, like I say, I'm proud that commissioners could help and bring this into focus for the farmers market, and we're committed to help them and stand behind them to bring it all. Standing, you know why I'm.
Well, yeah. I mean, you just had a knee replacement, Johnny, but you're well. That's immaterial. I've practiced with mine, but you're just getting used to yours.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, great. Well, we're going to be moving on to show some actual footage of what you're looking at, of what you would see when you come down here. So, with that said...
And Dan, thank you for all you do for our community. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You were coming down that you were going to be cooking and we could have something to eat.
That'll be in the next segment, right?
Well, that's a thought. Yeah, thank you. But thank you for that, Doug. Well, I have been committed to this television show, Cleveland County Kitchen, since 2013 when I last retired from the Board of Elections. And it means so much to me to see how the county has grown, the support has grown for our local farmers. It's great.
It is.
But thank you, Doug.
Thank you for all you do.
Hi, I'm Shara Miller, the host of Artworks. Each month we bring to you wonderful, talented artists from here in Cleveland County and the region. We have artists, we have potters, we have painters, we have musicians, we have actors. We just have wonderful artists that come to you and tell you about all that they're doing, their creativity, what inspires them. Join me here on Artworks each month on C19. You can also watch us online at c19.tv.
Looking for a smarter start to your future? Welcome to Cleveland Community College, where big dreams begin close to home. Whether you're launching a new career, transferring to a four-year university, or building skills to level up, Cleveland Community College gives you the power to go further without the big price tag. With small class sizes, real-world training, and programs in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, IT, and more, we're here to help you succeed from day one. Affordable, accredited, and all about you. Enroll today and take your next step at Cleveland Community College.
Back again, Cleveland County. I'm with Nicholas Black, who is from the Crowders Mountain area. And look what he has grown for us, Nick, and what are so good for us. So can you explain how you got started in the mushroom business?
Started growing mushrooms, was just looking for just something that I can do as a hobby on my own, and something that was sustainable. I could grow my own food and just always have food available, really.
Okay, so you use the mushrooms as far as your diet. I mean, it's probably for everything, right?
Yeah, I use it in my diet. Cooking mushrooms is kind of a big part of my diet, as well as taking them medicinally in extract form or making teas with them too. So I just try to incorporate mushrooms in every way that I can in my diet.
Okay, well that's great. You mentioned tinctures. Do you make your own?
Yeah, the extracts or the tinctures, I make them all. They're all handmade in small batches. Some of them help with like focus, some help with like sleep and stress, and others are just really good for rebalancing like the gut bacteria and things like that.
I thought it would fly. I guess that's what happens in a market. Are you certified to do the tinctures?
No, I'm actually not certified. I don't think there's a certification that needs to be done or required. I just learned how to do it on my own.
Okay, well that's good. I see your bag right there. That's what they grow in, is that right?
Yes, and I can bring that over here actually. Yeah, so they grow out of these bags. They're just made with oak sawdust, and the mushroom mycelium is actually consuming that.
Okay.
And then once it colonizes the bag, you can cut it and it'll fruit out of the side of the bag.
Oh, how great! Sure.
Yeah.
So that would be how you'd harvest them.
Yeah, I do that. I put a bunch of these on shelves, and I cut them open, and I just have them in like a climate-controlled environment, and they grow just right out of the side normally.
Fascinating. Well, I'm sure we've gotten good shots of all these lovely mushrooms. Is that lion's mane over there?
Yeah, these are lion's mane.
Looks like cauliflower, folks. Yeah, aren't they pretty?
And these are chestnut mushrooms right here. These are two of my favorites.
Okay. But now, does eating them like this do the same thing as a tincture would?
Well, it's kind of a long explanation. I'll try to give you a
but
short version.
But in other words, that's concentrated.
Yes.
Let's just say
That's
it that
more
way.
concentrated.
Gotcha.
And these are less concentrated, and you get water soluble, what's digestible out of the mushrooms, and you get more of a full spectrum out of the tinctures, out of the extracts.
What a great, thank you for that. Okay, well, thank you, Nicholas.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad to do this spot on. That's what folks in the county that like this program like. We're all spontaneous. Appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She gets her hair from her mom, her eyes from her dad, and her drugs from her home medicine cabinet. Fact: more people die from drug overdoses than from car crashes or gun violence. And over 50% of those deaths are from prescription drugs. Prescription drug abuse is preventable. 1. Secure and take regular inventory of our medications. 2. Dispose of unused or expired medications. 3. Share this message with others. Be aware, don't share, lock your meds.
We're back for the last segment of the show. I'm here with Leanne Bouchard, who is representing Sandy D.
That's correct.
And the name of this place is Big Sky?
Little Big Sky.
Little Big Sky.
That's right.
All right. Now, do you know what that represents?
I don't know.
I'll tell you.
Do you know?
I do know.
Please tell
because Sandy D is from the state of Montana.
Okay.
And that's why she calls it this. And of course, without the Big Sky, there would not be these lovely flowers.
There would not be.
And Sandy D used to sell at the Shelby Farmers Market.
That's correct.
But with the farmers market here, it just brought her closer to home, and her products would be fresher.
Yes, it's perfect.
Yes, it is. So what do you do here for Sandy?
Well, actually, I'm filling in for my daughter. Normally, Sarah Bouchard helps out here, but I'm filling in. So I go pick up her flowers on Saturday morning. She has them ready to go, and I come and set it all up, and I'm just here to help her out and get these flowers out in Kings Mountain.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
You're
thank
welcome.
you so much.
They kind of sell themselves.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Obviously, this was bought and given to me, so what can I say?
That's so nice.
Tamara,
Yes.
a really interesting thing that I think about this farmer's market is that, and have you purchased all the tents that everybody's under?
All of these tents belong to us.
Belong
yes.
to you,
Yes,
yes.
we have purchased them all.
And they're put up by Rodney Henderson.
Robbie Henderson.
Who is
who is a part of our committee.
Yes. Well, we just met him.
Right, and he's what Robbie does is he takes down the tents. He takes them he puts them in a trailer, and he takes them to his home. He brings them back. So he managed the whole process for us. So we're really so grateful to have Robbie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Cleveland County, we're going to go visit Robbie at his place and look at his cows and pigs and chickens that produce the eggs. So that's coming up. That's the next segment. But we also have, Tamara, can you explain about the artwork and some of these other things?
We just have a variety of vendors, and we're so very pleased that we have a variety in terms of not just just produce, but we have a lot for vendors, for customers to shop from. And as I stated before, some of our vendors have been with us since the first season, and we're very grateful about that. And we've got Birdie's art here, and it's high quality art, and we're just so pleased to have her.
In other words, there's a lot of other interests besides food that really picks up people's interest.
We've got music, we've got everything that you would need At your local farm.
To be entertaining on a Saturday morning. Yes, are we not lucky? You all have two places to be on Saturday. And by the way, you could make both of them because you'll see something different at each market. Remember, reduce that carbon footprint by buying locally.
Yep, that's right.
So
And the community. This is a community gathering on Saturday morning, and we're so pleased about that. We see the same customers come out and network and then have fun. So we're good. We're happy about that.
and network.
Yeah.
That's a great word, Tamara. We all need to network with our friends and our families and the people that make living in Cleveland County.
That's right.
Either it's Shelby or Kaiser or Kings Mountain or Grover. So come out and see the two farmers markets in the county.
Cleveland Community College has identified strengthening online learning as the topic for its quality enhancement plan. We're calling it SOUL. SOUL's 5-year implementation plan is focused on continuous improvement of online courses and promoting student success. We're excited for you to take this journey with us.
As Cleveland County's premier event facility, LeGrand Center is the ideal location for any event. The LeGrand Center is located 45 minutes west of Charlotte, 45 minutes north of Spartanburg, and just a little over an hour east of Asheville. Whether you're a small business looking for a place for an off-site meeting or a bride looking for that special location for her wedding, LeGrand Center is the perfect place for you.
Hey Jen, does your home have natural gas from the city of Shelby?
I'm not sure, Chris. You do realize I'm just a kid, right?
Right, you're what, like 6 years old now?
6.5, Chris.
Okay. Well, did you know that the city of Shelby's been providing natural gas to homes in Cleveland County since
1955. Yeah, I knew that.
You also know that natural gas is
Safe.
Yeah, did you know natural gas is
Affordable. Yeah, I knew that too.
Wow, you sure know an awful lot about natural gas to be a kid.
Hey, I may be a kid, but I'm pretty smart to be.
6 years old?
6.5, Chris.
For more information on the benefits of natural gas, visit cityofshelby.com and discover all the ways natural gas is working for you today.
Safe, affordable natural gas from the city of Shelby, making the
way we live even better.
You have got to stop doing that.